We had several players, 5 players score in double figures, but it was more than just those stats. It was the teamwork that we had. It was the way that we shared the ball. It was the way that we were connected defensively in that first half. It was a really impressive showcase of teamwork. The other thing that I felt like we did well was our rebounding. That was a big growth area for us coming back from the Bahamas, where we felt like we could have done a lot better in that area. I felt like we focused on that, and our players did a really good job. Excited for the way that our team is growing. Sometimes you have these growing pains and these bumps in the road, and you look at the way that your team is going to handle that adversity and the way that they're going to handle some of those challenges when things don't always go the way that you want it to go. And I'm really proud of the way that they've responded and the way that they're going to continue to grow. We know, I say this all the time, we know we have a lot of work ahead of us to do, but I'm excited for the path that we're on.
So this is the first time this year that y'all really gotten after somebody from start to finish. Did you feel like you needed one of those?
Yeah, I think one of the things with a team as we go through this is finding consistency in some of these areas that we have the ability to do at a really high level. In this game, I felt like we had that consistency. Do we need that? If you're asking a coach, we're going to say we need that almost every game, right? But it was certainly good for our team to be able to have that consistent effort from start to finish.
What did you feel like didn't go where you wanted it to go in the Bahamas?
Yeah, there were these little things just along the way. You can't pinpoint just one thing, right? We should have taken better care of the ball. We should have rebounded a little bit better. There were these big learning moments from some different situations for our team. I felt like when you look at that and you look at our responses, one thing that I absolutely love about this team was our grit and our toughness that we showed. We lost the game by 5. We lost the game by 6, right? It's a close game. We were down and we fought our way back, and we have a no-quit team. And I think that was something that was a big strength of ours. But when you look at it, we're finding our rhythm a little bit better offensively. That's one of the things with what we got to show today, and we've got to rebound a little bit better.
How, just in general, excited were you that you had lots of open three-point opportunities, but you made, I guess it would be fair to say you made most of them, because you almost did make most of them.
Yeah.
How happy are you that you, in having those opportunities, converted on those opportunities?
Yeah, super excited about that, because you can look at our last game. We were 2 for 20 from the 3, and you look at, okay, what is that going to do? Are we gonna hesitate, right? And one thing we talk about as a team is always moving forward and having confidence, regardless of what just happened, right? And I felt like we were able to showcase that with this team. We also talk about the way that we make adjustments and the way that we move forward. I feel like those 3s that we got today were off of some really good passes. You look at our assists. We had 21 assists on the day. Those were good, on balance, in rhythm 3s for our team.
So I was going to ask, what kind of lessons do you feel like maybe that y'all learned on the road that you were able to apply tonight?
I think definitely to move forward. We came from 2 losses, and it was 2 tough games as a team, as individually. And I think to keep up the trust in the work, what we have done in the summer, what we have done in the week, what we have done in before now the game, is the key for us to keep being confident and play as a team. And I think I'm so proud of the team, how we responded and how we shared the ball and move forward the mistakes we did in the Bahamas.
When you shoot that high of a percentage from three-point line, what is working for you? When that happens, why does that happen for you?
I think it happens when it's a rhythm shoot, and I think the whole game was in a really good rhythm. The whole team shared the ball really well, and we had the transition kick ahead. We had good passes, and I think that's a key to catch and shoot the ball, because that's what we've been working on practices.
So you get into a spot where you play a little, you don't play a little, you play some more, then you go play conference games. What do you anticipate the next couple of weeks looking like for your group?
Yeah, well, anytime that you have your non-conference schedule, you look at the different academic schedules and how that relates to that. And one thing I think that our young women are so good at is their balance of those. We're at a prestigious academic university where they have a high commitment to their academics and a high commitment to their training as well. And we're going to continue that in December. You know, we go on the road for our next game, and then we've got a little bit of time where we're going to be able to focus on some corrections that you and I talked about that we want to make, and be able to focus on how we're going to continue to grow as a team. But we've also got to understand we have to prepare for some really good teams that are in the rest of our schedule before Christmas.
So given your outfit, did they run out of free sweaters before you got one?
I'm waiting for my free sweater. I would love to have one, but
Game, and I figured that you'd be wearing it today. And
I
so when you
know.
didn't, I didn't know if you were mad at the free
You-
at the
you
free
know-
at the free sweater, or if you just didn't like it as much, or if they didn't get you one, or what.
we had so many great fans show up. I'm sure we ran out, but I'm going to see if I could know somebody who could get me one of those.